Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I, the Raw Food Goddess, the Womb Priestess, and the Holistic Practitioner. And today I wanted to talk to you about rest, resting and taking it easy, and when you're feeling fatigued or tired, and even being silent at times, or taking rest in between the rest, if you know what I mean. And let me tell you what I'm thinking. So, as you all know, a lot of you know, I do get up every day at 4 a.m. and I do like an hour worth of womb yoga, and then I do an hour or so of a bath where I do a lot of chakra clearings, breaths of fire, just a deep meditation and visualization. But in order to really get the best out of meditation, you have to have had sleep, right? You have to get a lot of rest. So, of course, if you want to get the so-called 8 hours, if that's what you need, it would be best for you to go to bed at 8 o'clock. But that would be kind of difficult, particularly in the spring and the summer when it's daylight saving time and it tends to get late. It just starts getting dark at 8 o'clock. So, but you still want to make sure you get enough sleep. And last night I didn't get a lot of sleep. I went out to support my man. He's in a jazz band, and I went to see him perform his first performance, and it was really great, and I'm so glad. But I'm needing rest. And a lot of times when we go against our body, and I'll tell you what I mean, we become out of balance, and it affects our moods, affects the moods of others. So there's a thing called Zen. Zen is a meditation. It's about sitting, and instead of worrying about your problems or getting upset about problems or angry or anything like that, you remain still. And you sit on what they call a cushion, and you just sit there for as long as you can and allow your thoughts, or the thoughts that are not good, just observe them going by, but don't become attached to them. And when there's a lot of people, there's a definition of Zen. One definition of Zen, when somebody asks, well, what is Zen? Zen is, I eat when I'm hungry, I drink when I'm thirsty, and I rest when I'm tired. So saying that anything outside of those things, so if you eat when you're thirsty, or you drink when you're hungry, you're living out of balance, which is going to cause major problems, because you're doing something that's totally unnatural. So if you're needing rest and you don't take it, you clean the house instead, or you run errands. Of course, when you get home and somebody asks you a simple question like, where's the sponge, or did you see the soap pot, or whatever, and you just snap, or your co-workers are trying to get some information from you, but you just get so upset, or your lover, or your children. It's a lot of times because we are needing more rest. And if you're noticing that you're that type of person, not even a type of person, this is actually a natural reaction to being fatigued. But the best response to being fatigued is to go to sleep, is to take a nap. It's so important, because if you do not, it affects you. We talk about health and nutrition and how to eat the right foods and drink the correct water and do all this exercise, but rest is essential to good health. Rest relaxes you. It keeps depression at bay. It keeps anger and sadness and feelings of worry and doubt. It also keeps families more harmonious if you are well rested. How many relationships or arguments could have been avoided had we gotten enough rest that day, or we took a nap, or we just sat still? There's a beautiful sister, she wrote me, and she's in a PhD program in a southern college, black college, and she really asked me to talk about being quiet. There's a time when we just don't talk, when we need not to talk, whether that's a conversation. Sometimes we're having conversations with others, which escalates into an argument, when we could have just been quiet and took in what the other person was saying, and no need to answer. Just be present. In some moments we have to be present. We don't always have to have the answer or look intelligent by asking a lot of questions. Sometimes we can communicate through the silence in ways that we cannot communicate when we are speaking. It is nice to be quiet. It is nice to get rest. It is good for you and all those around you. It's good for your heart and your lungs. and your adrenaline glands. Rest, if it could be put in a bottle, it would probably be the most expensive thing that you can buy because it's so valuable. It creates a healthier, more well-rounded, more holistic you. So when you're tired, go to sleep. Take a nap. Be one with yourself. And even when you're sitting up, learn how to be quiet. Learn how to go within. Learn how to relax and just be still. We got so much power. There is so much power in our silence, particularly for a woman. It is sexy. A woman that still commands attention, but she hardly says a word. And when she speaks, and when she whispers even, everybody has to move in closer. That's power, to hear what she has to say. It's powerful taking those naps and rest, besides the fact it keeps you young and beautiful. There's so much that could be avoided. I see so many people, I hear about so many young people that are killed because they got into fights, because somebody looked at them funny or said something or sucked her teeth and she didn't like it and she had to say something back. Wouldn't it be wonderful if somebody was walking down the street and somebody insulted you and you did like this and smiled? Or somebody's coming in your face yelling at you about something that they thought that you did and you said and smiled and kept on going. How many things could be avoided? How much chaos and drama could be avoided if we just bow in silence and be still? That would disarm your opponent. There is nothing to fight with if you are not engaged in the war. It's so important that we remember that we don't have to get the last word. That we don't have to be the one, get one up on another person. That we don't have to disrespect, rank out. That we could just be powerful in the quietness, in the nothingness, in space, in the dark. And with that said, I'm going to take a nap so I could be nice and I can channel and I can bring forth light and love so that I can use myself as a vessel so that I can help my clients and be a clear vessel for my clients. Because that's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to do, is to access from the ethers and bring forth to you and even to me. But I can't do it if I don't get enough rest. So this is Nubia I, the Royal Full Goddess, the Womb Priestess and the Holistic Practitioner. And I'm wishing you peace, 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 and rest. Hotep.